This is National 9 News with Peter Hitchener.
Cyclists and police face off as the city prepares for gridlock. Demands for answers over another human services slip-up. And no love lost between Labor leaders when paths cross in Ballarat. Good evening. Members of the critical mass cycling group are preparing to ride en masse through the city tonight. But police have vowed to stop the group from disrupting homebound peak hour traffic by attempting to go through the Burnley Tunnel. Nick Johnston is at the State Library.
Yes, Peter, pretty quiet here at the State Library at the moment. Critical Mass had hoped to attract hundreds of cyclists to tonight's ride, but you'd have to say the numbers are well short of that at the moment. I can tell you, though, that in a few moments' time, cyclists will leave here, make their way down through the city via Exhibition Street before heading into Swan Street in Richmond, where they'll head up to Chapel Street before making their way down to St Kilda. Now, police are fearing, though, that some cyclists may make a diversion and actually head into the Burnley Tunnel, where they could cause massive disruption to peak hour traffic. But we'll just have to wait and see whether that actually does eventuate. As they do on the last Friday of every month, cyclists gathered outside the State Library just after 5 o'clock. While Critical Mass insists it isn't a protest group, its actions have been squarely aimed at frustrating motorists during peak hour. But this time police say they'll be ready, blocking off CityLink on-ramps to prevent cyclists riding through the Burnley Tunnel and vowing to prosecute anyone who breaks the law.
It is the major arterial freeway through a capital city. You cannot have people taking that over and holding the rest of the community to ransom.
But members of Critical Mass such as Brian and Marissa say the disruption to traffic is minimal and insist they have as much right as anyone to use the city's arterial roads, regardless of the law.
I feel quite wrong with the police to have engaged themselves as a private security force for a private company protecting CityLink revenue.
This afternoon, Critical Mass arranged for boxes of donuts to be delivered to the Victoria Police Centre, but the force quickly ordered them to be returned.
Sorry, mate, can't accept them. You have to take them, mate.
Motorists will be hoping it isn't the only stunt that backfires. Nick Johnston, National 9 News.
And Peter, the last time cyclists from Critical Mass got into the tunnel was back in June of 2003, and they had to close the tunnel for about an hour. I don't think there's any danger of that happening tonight, as there is a heavy police presence on all the on-ramps to both tunnels. In fact, there's a brawler van just over my left shoulder, so they do mean business. So from here, it's business as usual, at least for motorists, and it's back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Taryn. The state government, meanwhile, has confirmed speed cameras in the CityLink tunnels and on the Monash Freeway will operate again from next Wednesday. They'll have a backup speed verification system, and drivers using the Western Ring Road will be checked by mobile cameras housed in bays. They'll be used until new fixed cameras are installed late next year.